If you're over 40 and wondering what makes a woman think about you long after you've left the room, you're about to discover something powerful. Here's what most men don't understand. It's not about being the loudest guy in the room, having the most money, or trying to compete with younger men. At 40 plus, you have advantages that younger guys simply can't match, but most men never learn how to use them. Today, I'm going to share what women consistently tell me makes a mature man absolutely unforgettable. These aren't pickup techniques or manipulation tactics. These are authentic qualities and behaviors that create genuine attraction and make women genuinely unable to stop thinking about you. The best part? Every single element I'm going to share with you is completely within your control and builds on the natural advantages you already have as a man over 40. Women are drawn to men who understand their own value, present themselves with intention, and demonstrate the kind of confidence that only comes with experience. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Element number 1, the power of intentional presence. Let's start with something that separates unforgettable men from everyone else: intentional presence. Here's what women tell me about men who have this quality. When he walks into a room, you just notice him, not because he's trying to get attention, but because he's so comfortable in his own skin and present in the moment. Intentional presence isn't about being loud or commanding attention. It's about being fully engaged with where you are and who you're with, without constantly checking your phone, looking around the room, or seeming distracted. This quality becomes incredibly attractive after 40 because it suggests you've learned what matters and you're not constantly seeking validation or approval from others. You're confident enough to be present. Here's how this shows up practically. When you're in conversation, you're actually listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk. When you're somewhere, you're genuinely there, not mentally planning your next move or distracted by other things. Women specifically mention that they notice when a man seems genuinely interested in the moment and the people around him. This is incredibly rare and therefore incredibly attractive. The psychological impact is powerful. When someone feels like they have your full attention, it creates a connection that's hard to replicate. It makes them feel valued and important. This quality also suggests emotional maturity and self-awareness, qualities that become more attractive with age. You're not performing or trying to impress. You're simply being authentically present. Intentional presence also affects how you carry yourself physically. When you're genuinely present, your posture improves, your movements become more deliberate, and you naturally command more respect and attention. Women mention that this quality makes conversations more memorable and meaningful. When someone feels truly heard and seen, they remember that feeling long after the conversation ends. But while intentional presence draws people in, there's something about how you take care of yourself that women say makes you absolutely irresistible. Element number 2, impeccable personal maintenance. Here's something that makes women think about you long after meeting you. Impeccable personal maintenance that shows you respect yourself and others. Women consistently tell me this: when a man over 40 clearly takes excellent care of himself, it's incredibly attractive. It shows he values himself and probably values the people in his life too. This goes far beyond basic hygiene. This is about showing that you invest in yourself and maintain yourself like something valuable, because you are. Let's break this down specifically. Your grooming should be consistent and intentional. This means regular haircuts that suit your current hair situation, not what you had 10 years ago. Well-trimmed facial hair if you have it, or a truly clean shave if you don't. Dental hygiene becomes non-negotiable at this age. Clean teeth, fresh breath, and attention to overall oral health signal that you take care of the details and respect the people you interact with. Your skin should look healthy and cared for. This doesn't mean complicated routines, but basic moisturizing and sun protection show you understand maintenance and self-care. Women specifically notice when a man's grooming looks effortless but clearly requires attention. This suggests you've developed good habits and maintain them consistently. The scent element is crucial but subtle. You should smell clean and fresh, with perhaps a signature fragrance that's applied lightly. Women remember pleasant scents and associate them with the person wearing them. Your hands matter more than you might think. Clean, trimmed nails and soft skin suggest you pay attention to details and take care of yourself completely, not just the obvious parts. Physical fitness doesn't mean you need to look like a 25-year-old athlete, but it should show that you respect your body and maintain it appropriately. This suggests discipline and self-respect. The psychological message of excellent personal maintenance is powerful. It tells women that you value yourself enough to invest time and effort in your appearance and health. This quality also suggests you'll bring the same attention to detail and care to other areas of your life, including relationships. Women mention that they notice when a man's personal maintenance is consistent over time. It's not just for special occasions, it's how he presents himself every day. But while personal maintenance creates physical attraction, there's a way you can dress that women say makes you absolutely unforgettable. Element number 3, signature style, confidence. Here's what makes women unable to stop thinking about you. Developing a signature style that's authentically yours and wearing it with complete confidence. Women tell me this repeatedly. When a man has his own style and wears it confidently, it's magnetic. You can tell he knows who he is and isn't trying to be anyone else. This isn't about following trends or wearing expensive brands. This is about understanding what works for your body, your lifestyle, and your personality, then executing it flawlessly. Your signature style should feel like a natural extension of who you are. Whether you lean toward classic elegance, casual sophistication, or rugged refinement, it should feel authentic and intentional. The key elements include fit that flatters your current body, colors that complement your skin tone and lifestyle, and quality pieces that suggest you understand value and craftsmanship. Women specifically mention that they notice when a man's clothing choices seem deliberate rather than accidental. This suggests you understand yourself and make thoughtful decisions. Consistency matters enormously. Your signature style should be recognizable across different situations, whether you're dressed casually, for business, or for social events. The confidence with which you wear your style is more important than the specific pieces. When you're comfortable in your clothes, it shows in your posture, movement, and overall presence. Quality over quantity becomes crucial here. Better to have fewer pieces that fit perfectly and represent your style than a closet full of mediocre options. Accessories can reinforce your signature style. A quality watch, well-chosen shoes, or even a signature scarf can become part of what makes you memorable and distinctive. The psychological impact is significant. When your style feels authentically yours, you move through the world with more confidence, and that confidence is incredibly attractive. Women mention that they remember men who have distinctive, confident personal style because it suggests self-awareness and decisiveness. Your signature style also becomes a conversation starter and memory anchor. People remember the guy with the great leather jacket or the man who always wears those perfect sweaters. But while signature style makes you visually memorable, there's something about how you communicate that women say makes you absolutely captivating. Element number 4, masterful conversation skills. Here's what makes women think about you long after a conversation ends. The ability to engage in meaningful, memorable dialogue that makes them feel heard and intellectually stimulated. Women consistently tell me when a man can have a real conversation, asking thoughtful questions, sharing interesting perspectives, making me think, that's incredibly attractive and rare. This goes far beyond small talk or trying to impress with stories about yourself. This is about creating genuine connection through skilled communication. The foundation is genuine curiosity about others. Instead of waiting for your turn to talk, you're actually interested in learning about the person you're speaking with, their thoughts, experiences, and perspectives. Ask questions that go deeper than surface level. Instead of, "What do you do?" Try, "What's the most interesting part of your work right now?" Or, "What got you interested in that field originally?" Women specifically mention that they remember conversations where they felt truly heard and understood. This is incredibly rare and therefore incredibly memorable. Share your own experiences and thoughts in ways that add to the conversation rather than redirecting attention to yourself. Your stories should complement and enhance the dialogue. The ability to discuss various topics intelligently suggests you're curious about the world and continue learning and growing. This intellectual vitality is very attractive. Listen for emotional undertones, not just facts. When someone shares something important to them, acknowledge both the information and how they seem to feel about it. Humor, when appropriate, can make conversations memorable and enjoyable, but it should feel natural and considerate, not like you're performing or trying to be the entertainment. The pacing of good conversation matters. Know when to listen, when to respond, when to ask follow-up questions, and when to share your own thoughts. Women mention that great conversationalists make them feel more interesting and intelligent themselves. When you bring out the best in others through conversation, they associate those good feelings with you. The psychological impact is powerful. People remember how you made them feel more than exactly what you said, and great conversation creates positive emotional associations. But while conversation skills create intellectual connection, there's something about emotional intelligence that women say makes you absolutely irresistible. Element number 5, emotional intelligence and maturity. Here's what makes women unable to stop thinking about you. Demonstrating the kind of emotional intelligence and maturity that only comes with experience and and self-awareness. Women tell me this consistently. When a man over 40 has real emotional maturity, he's secure, handles situations calmly, doesn't need constant validation, that's incredibly attractive and comforting. Emotional intelligence at this age means you understand your own emotions and can manage them appropriately. You don't explode in anger, sulk when things don't go your way, or need others to manage your emotional state. You can read social situations accurately and respond appropriately. You understand when someone needs space, when they want support, and when they just want to be heard. This quality shows up in how you handle disagreements and conflicts. Instead of getting defensive or argumentative, you can discuss differences calmly and respectfully. Women specifically mention that they notice when a man can remain calm and thoughtful under pressure. This suggests emotional stability and maturity that's very attractive. You understand that other people's emotions and reactions aren't always about you. This emotional maturity prevents unnecessary drama and creates more peaceful, enjoyable interactions. The ability to validate others' feelings without trying to fix everything shows sophisticated emotional understanding. Sometimes people just want to be heard and understood. Self-awareness means you know your strengths and limitations, and you're honest about both. This authenticity is refreshing and creates trust. You can apologize genuinely when you make mistakes, without making excuses or turning it into a discussion about your intentions. You take responsibility for your impact. The psychological impact of emotional maturity is profound. It creates safety and comfort that allows others to be themselves around you. Women mention that emotional intelligence makes them feel understood and valued in ways that are hard to find, especially with younger or less mature men. This quality also suggests you'd be a stable, supportive partner who could handle life's challenges with grace and wisdom. But while emotional intelligence creates deep connection, there's something about how you handle life's challenges that women say makes you absolutely fascinating. Element number 6. Quiet confidence and competence. Here's what makes women think about you constantly. Demonstrating quiet confidence and competence that shows you can handle whatever life throws your way. Women consistently tell me there's something incredibly attractive about a man who's quietly confident. He doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. He just handles things calmly and competently. This isn't about arrogance or showing off. This is about the calm assurance that comes from experience and self-knowledge. You've been through challenges and learned you can handle them. Quiet confidence shows up in how you move through the world. You're not rushing to prove yourself or seeking constant validation. You know your worth and act accordingly. When problems arise, you approach them methodically rather than dramatically. You assess the situation, consider your options, and take appropriate action without unnecessary stress or panic. Women specifically notice when a man can handle unexpected situations calmly. This suggests reliability and emotional stability that's very attractive. You don't need to be the center of attention or the loudest person in the room. Your confidence comes from within, not from external validation or recognition. This quality includes being comfortable with silence and not feeling the need to fill every moment with talk or activity. You're secure enough to just be present. Professional competence in whatever you do suggests you've developed skills and expertise through experience. You're good at what you do and comfortable with your abilities. The ability to make decisions confidently, even when outcomes are uncertain, shows maturity and leadership qualities that come with experience. You can admit when you don't know something without it threatening your self-image. This intellectual humility is part of mature confidence. The psychological impact is significant. Quiet confidence is calming and reassuring to others. It suggests they can depend on you and trust your judgment. Women mention that this quality makes them feel safe and secure. There's something deeply attractive about a man who seems capable of handling life's challenges. This confidence also suggests you'd be a stable partner who wouldn't create unnecessary drama or require constant emotional management. But while quiet confidence provides security, there's something about your life perspective that women say makes you absolutely captivating. Element number 7. Purposeful living and passion. Here's what makes women unable to stop thinking about you. Living with clear purpose and maintaining passion for something meaningful beyond just yourself. Women tell me this repeatedly. When a man has something he's genuinely passionate about, whether it's his work, a hobby, a cause he cares about, that passion is incredibly attractive. It shows depth and purpose. This isn't about having an impressive job or expensive hobbies. This is about having something in your life that genuinely engages you and gives your life meaning and direction. Your passion could be professional. You love what you do and approach it with genuine enthusiasm. Or it could be personal. personal, a hobby, interest, or cause that brings you joy and fulfillment. Women specifically notice when a man talks about something he cares about and his whole energy changes. That genuine enthusiasm and engagement is magnetic. Having purpose beyond yourself suggests emotional maturity and depth. You're not just focused on your own needs and wants, but engaged with something larger. This quality shows up in how you spend your time and energy. Instead of just consuming entertainment or filling time, you're actively engaged in creating, learning, or contributing. The ability to maintain passion and curiosity as you age suggests vitality and intellectual engagement that's very attractive. You haven't given up on growth and learning. Purpose also provides interesting conversation topics and shared experiences. People are drawn to those who have interesting perspectives and experiences to share. Having something you're passionate about creates natural opportunities for connection with others who share similar interests or respect your dedication. The psychological impact is powerful. Passionate, purposeful people are energizing to be around. They inspire others and make life feel more exciting and meaningful. Women mention that they're attracted to men who have their own lives and interests, rather than those who seem to be looking for someone else to provide all their meaning and purpose. This quality suggests you'd bring richness and depth to a relationship, rather than neediness or emptiness that needs to be filled. But while passion creates attraction, there's something about how you treat others that women say makes you absolutely unforgettable. Element number 8, genuine kindness and consideration. Here's what makes women think about you long after meeting you. Demonstrating genuine kindness and consideration that shows your character and values. Women consistently tell me when a man is genuinely kind, not just to me, but to everyone around him. That's incredibly attractive. It shows who he really is when he thinks no one important is watching. This isn't about grand gestures or trying to impress. This is about consistent, thoughtful behavior that shows you genuinely care about other people's comfort and well-being. Real kindness shows up in how you treat service workers, how you interact with people who can't do anything for you, and how you behave when you think no one important is watching. Women specifically notice when a man is courteous and considerate in small ways, holding doors, being patient with slow service, helping someone who's struggling with something. This quality includes emotional kindness, being supportive when someone's having difficulties, celebrating others' successes genuinely, and offering encouragement when appropriate. Consideration means thinking about how your actions affect others. You're not just focused on your own convenience or preferences, but mindful of those around you. The ability to be kind without keeping score or expecting recognition suggests genuine goodness of character that's very attractive. Kindness includes being patient with others' limitations and mistakes, rather than becoming frustrated or critical when people don't meet your expectations. You remember details about people's lives and ask follow-up questions about things they've shared with you. This shows you genuinely care about them as individuals. The psychological impact is profound. Genuine kindness is increasingly rare, making it incredibly memorable and attractive when encountered. Women mention that they pay attention to how men treat others because it shows them how they might be treated in a relationship. This quality suggests you'd be a caring, supportive partner who would make their life better rather than more difficult or stressful. Kindness also creates positive energy that people want to be around. Others feel better about themselves when they're with genuinely kind people. But while kindness creates emotional connection, there's one final element that women say makes you absolutely irresistible. Element number 9, authentic self-assurance. Here's the final element that makes women unable to stop thinking about you. Authentic self-assurance that comes from knowing who you are and being comfortable with that person. Women tell me this consistently. When a man is genuinely comfortable with himself, his strengths, his limitations, his age, his life, that confidence is magnetic. He's not trying to be anyone else or prove anything to anyone. Authentic self-assurance means you've made peace with who you are at this stage of life. You're not trying to recapture your youth or pretend to be someone you're not. This quality shows up in how you talk about yourself, honestly, but without self-deprecation, acknowledging your accomplishments without bragging, admitting your limitations without shame. You're comfortable with your age and what it represents. You don't try to compete with younger men or apologize for being older. You understand the advantages that come with experience. Women specifically notice when a man seems genuinely comfortable in his own skin. This creates a sense of stability and authenticity that's very attractive. Self-assurance includes being able to say no to things that don't align with your values or interests without feeling guilty or needing to over-explain your decisions. You don't need constant validation or approval from others. Your sense of self-worth comes from within, based on your own standards and values. This quality includes being able to laugh at yourself appropriately, without it becoming self-attack or fishing for reassurance from others. Authentic self-assurance means you can be vulnerable when appropriate, sharing your real thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. The psychological impact is powerful. Self-assured people are comfortable to be around because they're not constantly seeking validation or creating drama. Women mention that authentic confidence is incredibly rare and therefore incredibly attractive. Most people are still trying to figure out who they are or pretending to be someone they're not. This quality suggests you'd be a stable, secure partner who wouldn't need constant reassurance or create unnecessary relationship drama. Listen, making a woman think about you non-stop isn't about manipulation or tricks. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally commands attention and respect through authentic qualities that come with maturity and self-awareness, intentional presence, impeccable personal maintenance, signature-style confidence, masterful conversation skills, emotional intelligence, quiet competence, purposeful passion, genuine kindness, and authentic self-assurance. These 9 elements work together to create a man who's genuinely unforgettable. The best part? Every single one of these qualities becomes easier to develop as you get older, not harder. You have advantages that younger men simply can't match if you choose to use them. When you embody these qualities consistently, you're not just changing how others see you, you're becoming the best version of yourself. And that man is absolutely irresistible. If you found this helpful and want more guidance on developing the qualities that make you genuinely attractive and memorable, make sure to subscribe.